All right, folks, this is Harris Sultan. I don't know where to begin because I saw a news story a couple of days ago on various credible accounts, credible but not infallible. So I thought, surely it can't be true. So I dug up a little bit more and then I found this. Spain gives 500,000 migrants legal status to quote unquote defeat the far right. I mean, that is the exact purpose, to defeat the far right. Because more and more Spaniards are drifting to the right, which is a common phenomena across all Western liberal democracies. And I wonder why that is. So their solution is bring in people from other cultures, basically non-natives, and then give them citizenships so they vote in your favor. How does that make sense? I'm sorry, I'm actually lost for words. And let me read a little bit to you. Spain has started to legalize 500,000 undocumented migrants and give them the immediate right to work in a move to fight against the advance of the far right. Madrid officially began the process on Tuesday after a last-minute deal between the ruling Socialist Party, it's always them, and of course, the left-wing Podemos Party, which has propped up Pedro Sanchez's minority government since elections in 2023. Well, again, 2023, why do people keep voting the lefties? I'm sorry, I don't intend to rub salt into your wounds, but maybe things have to get really bad before they will get better. A government spokesperson said, "We not only intend to remain a beacon, but I want to believe that we will be a seed and a germ to fight against the advance of this far-right wave that is trying to gain ground and against which we will do everything in our power to stop it." We'll do everything. So basically, more and more Spaniards are saying, no, we don't like your policies. So their solution is, okay, Spaniards, this is your country, this is your democracy, but we don't believe in democracy anymore. We're going to bring in other people and they will offset your voice. And of course, if you're an illegal migrant, what a godsend that is. Pakistani migrants are rushing to the consulate in Barcelona for their paperwork as the government plans to regularize 500,000 illegals. Look at them. They're all military-aged men, no women or children. And the worst part is they would soon be able to roam freely across Europe. They would be able to go to Germany, they'd be able to go to France, they'd be able to go all across the EU. Look at this. These are your new Spaniards. It's not even a secret anymore. This is electoral engineering. The logic is simple. Legalize 500,000 of these people, fast-track them to citizenship, which takes as little as 2 years in Spain, and you have effectively imported a massive loyal voting bloc that is indebted to the left. However, what these people don't realize is that when you bring in a huge horde of Muslims, they don't vote left. Maybe initially they do, but within a generation or two, when they can speak the local language, when they understand the local system, they prop up their candidates. As Britain and Germany and France, they're all finding out. Muslims have their own cities now in Britain. They are propping up their Muslim candidates. Some are convicted terrorists in the UK who are contesting elections. And guess what? They're going to win. Yesterday, I covered a story where a convicted British-born Pakistani terrorist tried to blow up a British consulate back in the 90s in Yemen. He was convicted. And now, in 2026, he's going to be running for office. He didn't try to blow up the Afghani consulate or Pakistani consulate or an enemy country's consulate. He tried to blow up the consulate of the country that he's going to be contesting elections in. Make that make sense. And guess what? This is how stupid these people are. Have a look at this. Look at this woman. This is mental illness. This is a far left woke politician. It's in Spanish, but I'll read the subtitles. I want to ask you, migrants, racialized people, to vote. Have achieved papers. So she's addressing the migrants that I showed you. Migrants who believe that women should be put to death if they have sex outside of wedlock. Homosexuals should be thrown off rooftops. Ordinary women should be put in bin bags. Dissidents should be killed. Those migrants, these idiots, they hate their culture and their identity so much that they're literally leaving the gates open for the barbarians. Madness. And now we are going for the nationality or to change the law so they can vote. Of course, I hope replacement theory, hopefully we can sweep off right-wingers and racists this country with migrant people. So the whole of Spain is so racist. And look at these idiots in the background. What is this madness? With hardworking people. They'll tell you, are these people really that ignorant? Have they never traveled? Has she never been to the UK? Maybe she hasn't. Maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she hasn't. She's one of those people who, I don't know. Of course, I want there to be a replacement. Replacement of right-wingers, replacement of racists, replacement of scroungers. She's inviting scroungers. Welfare dependency, she's inviting. We can do it with working people of this country. Look at all of them idiots. They're all standing up. This is standing ovation. Whatever skin color you have, whether it's black, Chinese, brown, whatever. All comrades, the working people of this country. This is Marxism. This is Marxism. Oh my goodness. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense biologically. No species on Earth or group that hates itself so much that it works towards its own extinction. There are some individuals in different species who go on a suicide mission, but for the greater good. You know, like the black widow spider and the Atlantic salmon or something, where they go to the breeding grounds and then they know, well, they don't know, but they end up dying. They just breed, they lay their eggs, and then they die. But still, they're working towards the collective good or the survival of the species. But humanity has given rise to this phenomena, which has emerged from lefty politics, where they hate themselves so much that they're saying, come, make us go extinct. I don't understand. Okay, so obviously it's not going to end up that way. So what they're going to do, these new 500,000 Rafael Nadals and Carlos Alcaraz from Africa and the Middle East, they're going to go to Spain. And, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. I'll leave it with you guys, okay? I'm lost for words. I really am lost for words. I don't know what to say. This is happening, but it is a cautionary tale. This does tell us one thing, that these lefty woke politicians will not stop at anything until they have dismantled everything that you and I hold dear. They will literally jump off a cliff along with their entire families or their co-ideologues just so people from third world countries can come and live in their houses. They have this suicidal empathy. Fine, you know what? I am past the point of trying to rescue these people. We're trying to change their mind, okay? You know what? Go do whatever you want. If you want to, just do it. But you're not dragging us down with you. So what does that mean? That means that we have to fight for our countries. Every Western liberal democracy is facing the same problem. Every single one of these countries are going through this suicidal loop. The more you give space to these people, the more brazen they become, the more suicidal they become. And I reckon we have reached a tipping point. I think Spain has reached a tipping point. If these people become Spaniards, your Alcarazes and your Rafael Nadals, then I have a feeling. Obviously, they're doing that to curb right-wing voices of their country. That's only going to antagonize them even more. And as a result, they're going to fight back. And I think it's going to be pretty. The longer this shit show goes on, the violent the pushback will be.